and Uganda are firmly united by relations deeply rooted in shared history, culture, and aspirations for regional peace.
On Thursday, President Yoweri Museveni met the President of the Republic of Kenya and signed agreements plus holding bilateral talks in order to see that Uganda's products can be sold in Kenya. The Kenyan government has several times blocked a number of Ugandan products including milk, poultry products, sugar, beef and maize. For instance, Kenya is imposing a 25% excise duty on Ugandan table eggs, even as the East African Community Partner States suspended the levy in June 2023. Kenya also imposes excise duty on sugar imports, locking the commodity from Uganda out of the Kenyan market. Kenya's Prime Cabinet Secretary and CS for Foreign and Diaspora Affairs, Musalia Mudavadi, says they were ready to iron out the trade differences. This was Museveni's first visit ever since Yoweri Ruto took an oath in June 2022. So, Museveni yabadde yasazeewo ogenda okukyalirako counterpart we onono nga Yoweri Ruto ng'ensonga nnyingi nnyo naye nga zibadde zeekuusa ku byabusuubuzi. It should be remembered that Uganda is planning to have its gas and oil era nga eri kweteekateeka okulaba ng'etandika okusima amafuta gaayo. So ensonga yabadde nti bateekewo enkolagana okulaba nga n'amafuta ga Uganda oba bateekawo ensuubulagana wakati wa Uganda ne Kenya mu byamafuta ssaako n'ebyamaguzi ebirala. Ebyamaguzi bya Uganda on several occasions zibadde biremesebwa okugenda e Kenya. Twalabako ebyamaguzi nga kasooli byalemesebwa okulinnya mu Kenya mbu birimu aflatoxin ssaako n'ensonga endala nnyingi ez'ebyobusuubuzi. Era nga okugeza nga sukaali ono wa Uganda abadde abulookingibwa era nga okukkiriza ebyamaguzi bya Uganda okuyingira Kenya kibadde kyetaagisa omusolo mungi. So ensinkano eno eya Ruto ne Museveni z'ensonga ezo ezimu okulaba nga ebintu bino babigonjoola basobole okuteekawo ensuubulagana ennungi wakati w'amawanga gano abiri. Museveni ne Ruto they are great friends. Era Ruto atunuuliddwa nnyo okulaba nga alimu embala ya Museveni. Embala ya Museveni nno alimu empisa za Museveni. Era ng'engeri Museveni gy'akwatamu ebintu ne Ruto. Era nga Museveni kigambibwa nti yakola ky'amaanyi okulaba nga Ruto ajja ku bukulembeze era yamukampeyiningirako. Era ne Yoweri Ruto twamulabako yakampeyiningirako Museveni mu 2015 nga twetegekera akalulu ka 2016. Kati nno abantu bano ba mukwano era nga n'ebyensuubulagana wakati w'amawanga gano bibadde bikyagootaanyeemu era nga ebyensuubula bingi nnyo naddala okuva mu Uganda nga biremesebwa okugenda e Kenya. Ebigenze Kenya biggyibwako omusolo mungi nnyo abasuubuzi ne bagenda nga bafiirwa. Kati nno ensonga zino baazikwasiza baminisita baabwe ab'ebyobusuubuzi ssaako n'abeesimbi okulaba nga ba-ironing out ensonga zino. Era Museveni yayogeddeko eri bannamawulire ssaako ne Ruto bayogeddeko eri bannamawulire nga bamaze okwogerezeganyaamu mu kafubo akatakkiriziddwamu bannamawulire mu State House e Kenya. Era olwavudde mu kafubo ako n'okusayininga bye basayininze ne bajja ne boogerako eri bannamawulire. Era we bati we bategeezezza bannamawulire ku bikwatagana wakati wa Kenya ne Uganda nadda ebyensuubulagana ssaako n'omukwano okulaba nga guddawo wakati wa Uganda ne Kenya.
Mzee, let me say on behalf of the people and government of Kenya, we very sincerely appreciate your undertaking this state visit as a way of consolidating the friendship and the relationship between our two countries. We are building on an already existing solid foundation between our two countries in many areas of diplomacy, of trade, of investment, people-to-people relations. And I very want to say sincerely that we don't take your coming to Kenya for granted.
Africa has lost a lot of time. It's now more than 60 years since independence, and Africa still has a lot of problems. And this is because of what I mentioned to you, the philosophical, strategic, and ideological mistakes which were made by the African leaders. They could not accurately define the historical mission. What is the historical mission at independence? The only one they got right was the liberation. That one they got it correct. That's why OAU was useful that time. But after that, they didn't know what to do.
Ebyensuubulagana byokka si bye byabadde ku mwanjo. Naye n'ensonga endala nga East African integration era President Museveni underscored the importance of deepening the East African integration and liberating Africa from the bondage of neo-colonialism, which he described as a historical mission. There was talk that time of uhuru na umoja, freedom and unity, but it was not deeply disassembled. What did uhuru na umoja mean? That's why we have lost 6 decades, and as you can see in the Africa, we have many problems. The problems of the state authority in many countries, but now a cluster of actors, including President Ruto and other actors, are beginning to see the war forward. That's what he said.
His Excellency President Yoweri Museveni honored us by undertaking a state visit to Kenya. His visit underscores the profound significance we, as leaders, attach to the bilateral relations between Kenya and Uganda, and to our shared commitment to further develop and grow our relations. Kenya and Uganda are firmly united by relations deeply rooted in shared history, culture, and aspirations for regional peace and prosperity. We recognize the importance of maintaining strong bilateral relations and are committed to expanding them for the mutual benefits of our two nations and our two peoples. I join His Excellency President Museveni in appreciating the significant outcome of the second session of the Joint Ministerial Committee held from May 12th to May 14, 2024 in Kampala, Uganda, which culminated in the signing of 7 instruments of cooperation between our two countries. Consequently, we now have a memorandum of understanding to anchor cooperation between our foreign services institutions, which ensure knowledge exchange and harmonization of structures and content of diplomatic training.
Your Excellency, President Ruto, and all the dignitaries who are here, as you heard, His Excellency summarized what we have agreed. the agreements, the protocols. I don't want to repeat those. The only issue is for me to point out that all that is guided by the historical missions which the Africans have finally crystallized. More than 60 years ago, when we got independence, we did not harmonize properly on the historical mission beyond liberation. There was talk that time of uhuru na umoja, but it was not deeply disassembled. What did uhuru na umoja mean? That's why, therefore, we have lost 6 decades. And as you can see in Africa, we have got so many problems. The collapse of state authority in so many countries. This is not accidental. This is really, this was inevitable and it was predictable. This is the only way not to leave anybody behind. And to remove the irrationality. You look at Africa. Africa really is amazing. And Latin America. Because Africa is one house, one building. Now, the sitting room is another country. The bedroom is another country. The other one is another country. Now, to go from the bedroom to the outside, you must go through another country. You must go get a visa. You must get. What's this now? Uganda is part of Kenya and part of Tanzania and part of DRC, but we are in the bedroom there. You fellows here, you are in the sitting room. Now, to go out, we must know. Please, can I go? Can I come to the sitting room? It is so irrational, so irrational. So I thank His Excellency for inviting me. Please don't allow me to talk, because if you give me audience, you do so at your own risk. I can talk for ages. Thank you very much.
Kale nno byebyo ebyabadde mu nsinkano ya President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni saako ne munywanyi we Dr. William Ruto. Subscribe, like and share on this platform. Don't forget to turn on your notification bell so that you don't miss any amazing content.